Can you tell your story from North Korea to today as you describe in your 2015 book and with the extra perspective on life, love, and freedom you've gained since then?
Wow, that's a long story. So I was born in the northern part of North Korea initially, and my father was a party member, and my mom was housewife. I had one older sister, and I remember born in that country. I never thought I was in an unusual country. Now I'm thinking of what it is like literally called the Hermit Kingdom. But I believed that I was living in the best country on earth. It was a socialist paradise, and everybody in the rest of the world worshipped my ideal leader. And there was nothing to envy for me. So I had this like enormous pride in my heart and grateful to be in that country.
So it was love for the leader, not fear?
For me, at least, it was love. Yeah. It was admiration and gratitude. It changed lately, but for me, it was pure like love.
Was there any, like looking back with the perspective you have now, would you describe some of those moments growing up as full of happiness? Or was that delusion at the time? So not knowing the alternative, will you still be able to be happy?
The fact that I did not know, like in North Korea, this is the only country in this 21st century has no internet. And they don't even know the existence of internet. Not only that, we don't even have this 24-hour electricity.
Yeah.
So not knowing definitely helped, I think, to be sane.
So as a human being, you're still able to find moments of happiness.
I think my happiness was from family, nothing else. Even though the state was keep telling me that they were our source of meaning and happiness, I don't think I ever gotten happy by that. Maybe they're here and there in schools and like when I was learning propaganda, like the proud feeling, right? I'm in the
Yeah.
greatest nation. Here and there, but like actually true happiness came from laughing with my family and my friends.
Are there any childhood memories, pleasant or painful ones, that stand out to you now?
I mean, like, whenever I think about my North Korea, the interesting is there's no color. I mean, one is because North Korean country has no color, right? Most of things are unpaved and trees all cut down. We have no fear, so people cut down trees to make food. So, but only that, like even what we are wearing was like no color. So it's interesting like memory to look back.
What about fashion? I've noticed from sort of you now, you have quite an incredible sense of fashion. So contrast that with your time in North Korea. How do you remember fashion? Just or ways that people could express themselves visually. Was it all bland?
There was no word for fashion in North Korea. We didn't even know. It was not even in our dictionary. So, of course, I did not know what Victoria's Secret models were. I didn't even know what models were. So, when I came out, I learned the model was a job. And, like, what is that? And I'm still confused. So, there's so many jobs that
Yeah.
we have here doesn't exist in North Korea.
What was life like in North Korea as compared to the rest of the world? So maybe you said there's no internet,
Mm.
24-hour electricity
Mhm.
is a luxury you do not have. What about food? What about water? What about basic human rights?
I think that's the thing. Like when people were asking me, "Can you tell me about like life in North Korea?" And in the past, I was like, "I cannot describe it to you." And initially, I thought, "Oh, because of my English, that I cannot find the words." It's not that; it's just different planet. The common sense that we have doesn't exist there. Like people literally do not know the concept of romantic love or human rights or liberty. So when I'm thinking back to my country, it's like as you cannot imagine your life on Mars right now. It's like that kind of difference. I grew up never seen the map of the world. I never knew that I was Asian. Like the regime told me that I was Kim Il Sung, the first Kim race. And then our calendar doesn't begin when Jesus Christ was born. Our calendar begins where Kim was born. So we and history was forgotten to us. They didn't teach us about, of course, Christianity or like the Big Bang. Like our history began when Kim was born, so everything was forgotten to us, and it was just like different meaning. I mean, feeling of existence. It's not even like the same life. I literally think that was almost like my past life, and this is like a new life that I began.
You're almost like a different human being
Yeah.
now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.